Hi, this is Fern of Wise Stars Astrology, and tomorrow we're reaching a pivotal stop on the road of our collective cosmic journey together. So what happens tomorrow is that the Sun in Pisces reaches 15 degrees, which is midway through its season, and at that time it's going to be squaring the transiting North and South nodes of the Moon. The North Node is currently at 15 degrees of Gemini, and the South Node is at 15 degrees of Sagittarius. What also is happening tomorrow is that the rulers of the North and South Node are forming the third of three conjunctions that they've been in since the beginning of January. So this is a really special moment, and I want to talk about what the sort of terrain that we're going to be experiencing is, so we can orientate ourselves in the right way. So when a planet squares the nodes in an individual's chart, it represents a part of the personality, a part of the past, a part of the ancestral lineage, a part of experience in a past life, but it's something that we did not integrate in that prior time. You know, whether it be our ancestors' work that we're here to finish or past life story that we're here to complete. But the planet that sits in that square placement, it shows a part of us that it's important that we stop and work with those qualities in order to bring them into our own wholeness. So in a sense, you could say that that planet has a shadow aspect to it. And the concept of the shadow is something I've been hearing a lot about lately, just in the collective stream of consciousness. I've been seeing people make videos about it, people talking about it, and the shadow is not new. It's been with us since time began. Carl Jung, the psychologist, who wrote a number of books, many of you probably heard of him, but he coined the phrase the shadow and brought it into popular Western consciousness. But traditional cultures have been working with shadow energy in ritual and magic and healing practices long before Carl Jung came up with that term. So the shadow as it relates to this planet squaring the nodes, and in this case the Sun in Pisces, what we're looking at on a collective scale, because this is a transit that affects all of us collectively. We all have an individual piece in it, and yet we're bringing that piece together in a sort of a bigger whole. So looking at Pisces as an archetype, and looking at Pisces as a shadow archetype first. So we all know that Pisces in its more life-affirming phase brings into the world qualities of compassion and kindness. There's a mystical, magical, really otherworldly, beautiful quality to Pisces. It brings all the kind of glamour and fairy-like magic that we can imagine into the world, and we need that. But the other side of Pisces is the archetype of the victim, the addict, and the spiritual bypasser. This is the part of us, the shadow energy, that wants to escape from what is. It wants to lose ourselves in something greater than us, but that something can often be destructive. It can consume or take over. And getting lost in it, we tend to get distracted from our real soul work and our authentic purpose. So looking at how this is unfolding in a collective way, what's happening is that we're being asked to take a look at how we might be escaping or deluding or tricking ourselves into believing something that really isn't true, into believing an illusion. And Sagittarius, the South Node in Sagittarius, that points to how we're getting stuck is by getting trapped in a certain kind of belief system that almost has a fundamentalist kind of vibe to it. It's like we're so afraid to let go of our perceptions of reality and our belief about what reality is, that we get stuck in a reality that we may not like. So what's the way forward? That's brought to us by this North Node in Gemini. And Gemini asks to cultivate the open-minded, childlike innocence of questioning. We're asked to develop a holy curiosity, as Albert Einstein said, to communicate, to listen, to share ideas, to connect with other people, and to bring a sense of movement and life and fluidity, that mutable energy. As the two planets ruling the nodes form this conjunction, that Aquarius feeling brings a sense of getting perspective, of using our mental capacities, our mind, Mercury, to expand, Jupiter, the possibilities of what we can envision for our future, Aquarius. So the other piece of information that's really important to consider about this transit that's coming tomorrow is that it's going to also be spotlighted by the moon moving into Sagittarius when it reaches 15 degrees, marking that 15-degree mark. And the moon will be conjunct the South Node. So we're really going to have a chance to kind of dig deep into our past shit, so to speak. And that's going to be a last quarter moon, that moon in Sagittarius. It's going to, we're in the last quarter phase. We've got about a week left before we enter a really beautiful new moon in Pisces. But in that last quarter phase, in this second half of Pisces season, in this third final conjunction of the rulers of the North and South Node, there's a sense of this is a time to get clarity and finish up and release and let go and say goodbye to anything that's keeping us trapped in old ways and old perspectives and old belief systems. So I wish all of us luck in going through this process. I think that there's a lot of opportunity here, but it's definitely a time to stop and really notice what's happening for you personally, and also in your connections with other people and on the global collective framework, to just be really present and aware, and to see what is going on right